I'm Clarissa Booker, your holistic health coach and beauty expert. I know how stress can derail your well-being as an entrepreneur. I'll be sharing simple strategies to reduce stress, ditch stress eating, and replace other habits while energizing your day by incorporating more plants onto your plate. With small shifts that can boost your health, happiness, and productivity. Whether you're seeking guidance with weight loss, stress release, or just a moment to recharge, I invite you to join me. Let's optimize your wellness path. So be open to receive, because I believe that miracles are for everyone. Let's go. Hey there, my friend. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day and happy new year. So today we're going to talk about setting intentions for a healthier, more balanced new year coming into 2025. And I have helped many people transform their wellness journey, and there's so much power in setting intentions, all right? Because we all know that New Year's resolution thing sometimes can be a bit rigid, and about 80% of people fail by February. Resolutions appear to be more focused on rigid goals, right? But when we focus on intentions, it can encompass more flexibility, more alignment, what truly matters to you as an individual. And when we're setting intentions, it will help us create a foundation with purpose and clarity, which are super important. And studies do show that clear intentions boost motivation and self-control. And these can be key drivers for success, and then sprinkle that discipline on top and we are ready to go. All right. So one thing that's always important is to know what you want and why you want it. So just to say, I want to be healthier, and just say that, you have to go deeper. And I always say go 7 levels deep, right? So when you have that first thought that comes up, right? That first reason why, just keep digging in. So if you say, I want to be healthier, then ask yourself, why do I want this? Then so I can have more energy. And then just keep asking, why do I want more energy? And just journal this down, right? Just take some time with it. There's no rushing. Just give yourself a nice block of time just to go within, okay? And just process that for yourself. And just keep going down until you reach a core reason. And maybe you want to show up more fully for your family, or you want to feel more confident in your own skin. Just keep going down and finding something that just touches your soul and you really feel it. I mean, even if you get emotional, all the better, right? Because you want it to have a feeling, a thought to you that it touches your emotions, so you can have a reason to stick with it. Because each year, you grow into a new version. So each year be like, this is my best year, right? So that you can give it your all. And then since you're already currently journaling, when you're writing this down, you can go underneath that and you can write some SMART goals out and just be flexible with your goals to an extent. All right. So specific, instead of just saying, I want to exercise, specify what kind of movement you want to do. Say, I'll do yoga for 15 minutes, 3 times a week to get started. Okay. Then measurable, making sure you're tracking your tracking your progress. You could use an app. You could journal that down as well. There's cute little wellness movement journals that they have out there. Write it also in your planner. What kind of planner? A lot of times there's extra spaces in planners where you can write down your movement for the day, or maybe it's already jotted down in there in a separate section. I mean, there's so many tools that we have now, but just making sure that you are tracking your progress. So you know what you're doing and what you're not doing, right? And making sure it is achievable. So it's realistic to where you are in this moment. You always have a vision of where you want to go, right? Where you want your results to be. But starting out, say, with those 3 times a week, saying you want to elevate to 7. So you incorporating movement every day to some different capacity, right? You might want to do 3 days of strength training, 2 days of your yoga or Pilates, a day of rest or running. I'm just throwing some numbers out there just randomly. I'm not saying this is what you do, but the point I'm trying to make is make sure it's achievable to where you are in this moment in time, right? So that you're not getting overwhelmed, so that you're able to do it the smaller chunks, and then congratulating yourself, right? Allowing yourself to have those small wins. And when you're having those small wins, finding something to reward yourself with. I'm not saying reward yourself with the sweets. Find something else that's enjoyable to you, right? What do you like to do? That's different for everyone. We all have little activities and just different things we like to do. Maybe you want to buy some new leggings, some new gear, some new shoes, or any of those things, right? There's many things to choose from. Where I was going with that was making sure it's achievable, starting small if needed. It just depends on where you are. Everybody's journey is different. We're all starting in different places, and there's no judgment in any of that. Just honoring your journey because you owe that to yourself, right? Showing yourself the love, showing yourself the compassion that you desire, that you deserve, right? Because all this is about loving on yourself, loving on your body, loving on all of that, right? So just giving yourself that leeway, okay? And relevant. Aligning the body with your deeper why, right? Referring back to the journaling that you do. Making sure you have that seven levels deep right there to relate back to that. Does it make sense with each other? Okay. Is it relevant to what you want to accomplish? Right. Going off and doing something completely different. Sometimes we might go shifting off into something else, right? To avoid doing what we're supposed to be doing, because there's growth in being uncomfortable. All right. So sometimes whenever that discomfort comes, you might try to veer off to the left. All right. But so realizing what's happening. So referring back to that vision, referring back to those intentions you have for yourself. Okay. And giving yourself a time, add a timeline. So giving yourself 30 days, taking actions every day for 30 days. Hey, and if you miss a day, start over at day 1, right? And then keep going. When those 30 days are up, add another 30 on. Being this ingrained is a part of you, a part of your habits, a part of your identity. So with those SMART, we have specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. Okay. And then life just happens. Okay. And it is what it is. Flexibility doesn't mean give up. Just keep going, right? It means adapting, doing what you got to do. No, none of us are sitting there on a rock. And maybe some people are, but a lot of us, we're not living in the mountains by ourselves. We're working, running our kids everywhere, family, meetings, events, all the things, right? There's a list and list. We all know. So life happens. All right. So if you miss a day, pivot, adapt, do what you got to do, circle back, and just keep going. Just keep going. Do it scrappy, right? Do what you got to do. And then you will sit back and be like, man, I did that. I'm proud of myself. And it'll just feel so good. It really will, right? Making sure your environment is set up for success, right? It can make you or break you, just like the food we put in our body. Feed disease, fight disease. The same thing with our environment, right? You can be a product of your environment. So switch stuff up, right? Do you need to take stuff out? Do you need to clean your kitchen up, right? What does that look like for you? Just take some time to assess your space, right? You might need to declutter your home, create a designated area for meditation, have a cute little spot set up. What does that look like? Just sit down and think about that. Just close your eyes and envision what that is that will help you and support you in this journey for you, right? Help prepare your surroundings, okay? So that you can be motivated and be focused. Sometimes you need to declutter because when there's stuff all around, be going in circles, right? It can happen, right? You got so much going on. You got papers here, papers there, and just all the things. It can happen, right? So just taking your time to declutter and straighten up. Doesn't it feel so good when you look around? You're like, yes, this is my space. Okay. Yes. And when you're thinking about giving yourself these 30 days, just take a moment to close your eyes and just imagine how your life will be 30 days from now after you achieve this goal. Okay. See yourself waking up energized. However, the state you want to be when you found that reason why, that core reason, visualize yourself there. See yourself there, right? Get emotionally involved in it. Feel it in your heart center, okay? You're calm, thriving, energized. What that is for you. What do you hear? What are your surroundings? How do you feel? Embody that in yourself. Yes, embody that future self. May even say some affirmations as well, right? Create ones tied to the goals, unique to you, right? So I am becoming healthier and stronger every day. I care for and love my body, right? I love and respect myself. And sometimes you have to learn to love and respect your body. Sometimes over the years, there's a not so healthy relationship with food, not so healthy relationship with our bodies. We have to love our body and appreciate everything about ourselves, our mind, our body, our soul, as it carries us throughout life, right? You're here. So figuring out what that is, saying those affirmations to you, envisioning yourself, getting involved in it, embodying that feeling. Yes. And being grateful for where you are, being grateful for the future self that you're embodying now, having gratitude throughout the day, waking up and saying what you're grateful for. Having gratitude just helps you feel grounded, right? Even if you're feeling off, you're not in the best mindset. When you think about things to be grateful for, even if it's just the simplest thing, write down 3, 4, 10 things. Your energy will shift. It really will. You become more connected with Source. You know, God is there for you, right? So starting your day like that, I think that's one of the most wonderful ways. Yeah. You're grateful for the nourishing meal that you have, right? You're feeding your body the nutrients that you had. Thankful for that walk you took, for that meditation, that moment in stillness where you collected your thoughts. Maybe after that meditation, inspired action came up, right? You'd be like, man, you know what? I feel like writing, and you were on a walk and an idea came to you. Maybe you had writer's block, right? And then you like, bam, take it out, get to work. Don't even second guess it. Just do the thing, right? Everything's connected. That mind-body connection is so powerful. And it does help with setting and achieving those intentions. You have to believe our thoughts and our emotions impact everything, our health, our life. Very powerful stuff, right? So raising that vibration, praying and talking to God and trusting and having faith that when you pray and meditate, that things are going to come to you, that everything is going to come into alignment. Just asking for that clarity, and it will come. Be open to receive it. So even in the morning or even throughout the day, just combining prayer with meditation, even if it's just for a couple of moments, you could just be sitting there and just bring that into your mind, right? Asking for guidance, listening, and just having that quiet space and being open. You can have clarity come in, because our health and our wellness, once this is in alignment, other things also fall into place, because you can't really concentrate on a project or an idea that you're trying to think of if you're stressed out, if you're worried about your health, if you're worried about results. But when you have that ease everything else, other things start falling into place. So just taking messy action, okay? Not about being perfect. Perfection is never the goal. Progress is. Taking a small step, even if it's a messy action. Yes, do it scrappy. Okay, just do it. All right. So saying you'll stress for 5 minutes today. You had a whole 30-minute routine. Be like, I'm going to lift these weights and I'm going to do this and that. You have all this stuff lined up, but you got 5 minutes in. Give yourself the credit. You'll do it again. You have more time to get it done. Or I'll drink 1 extra glass of water. These small actions add up. And then taking all these small actions, then you look back into those 30 days, you'll be like, man, now I'm at 30 minutes. Just pairing a new habit with an existing one also. So maybe after brushing your teeth, you decide to meditate for 5 minutes, right? So you're ready. You be like, I'm going to wake up. Then I'm going to do some yoga to start my day. Or I'm just going to get your body loose. So you stack it on top of the other. While waiting for your coffee, you do some squats in the kitchen. Look, do what you do. And this can make the habits easier for you to stick with. Then over time, things will start being implemented in different ways. Then your body will start craving it. Be like, man, I felt so good when I had that nutritious lunch, right? I had so much energy and it felt so good. I didn't feel that slump that I used to have. Man, what was that? Yeah, it was that lunch I had. Then I went for that walk and I felt amazing. And then your body is going to start craving that. Then you're developing these habits and it's sticking with you, right? Just giving yourself that 1 day at a time. Yeah. And then just at the end of the day, asking yourself questions. What steps did I take towards reaching those intentions today? What did I do? What can I adjust to stay aligned with my intention? How did I feel today in the moment? How did I respond? Did I respond or did I react? And depending on which one, what happened? Just taking a moment to sit in that, breathing into those. Reflection isn't about judging yourself. It's about going into it with curiosity and learning the way your wonderful mind works, growing, celebrating those wins, no matter how small. They all matter and they all add up. Giving yourself also the encouragement. Looking at that, it makes you feel empowered and encouraged to keep going because you owe that to yourself, because you're magnificent and you can and you will accomplish it. Results take time, just like everything in life. So trusting each small step, moving closer and closer, one step at a time, 1 day at a time, just letting it go. Letting it go. Breathe and let go. And at the end of those 30 days, reviewing your progress, adjusting anything that needs to be adjusted, just tracking and celebrating. And when you're tracking, let me add that does not mean hopping on the scale, ladies. Okay? Instead of the scale, you can take measurements and photos. So just try one of those options instead. All right? I hope this episode blessed you. Feel free to share though and leave a written review. In love, until next time.
Goodbye, guys. Thank you for listening to my mom's podcast. Leave a 5-star review.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode and are feeling empowered in your journey towards a thriving well-being. Also, share this episode to someone you know this will bless, as that's how we spread the message. And don't forget just to take 30 seconds to leave a written review on Apple Podcasts by scrolling down the show page and clicking write a review because it also helps us grow. I appreciate you taking the time to show us support.